everybody, and welcome to the All About Health podcast. My name is Georgia Overbeck, and I am your host. Thank you so much for being here today and for listening or watching this podcast. Today's episode is going to be all about my recent favorites and obsessions that I've really been loving over the last month. Because I took the little break off the podcast, instead of doing weekly favorites, I've decided I would just compile them all into monthly favorites. Things that I have been loving recently, over the past month, things I've been loving this week, today. I'm just gonna share it all. But before we get into that, we have to talk about our segment. And so as I said in the last episode, kind of introducing season 2, we have a new segment which is going to be a week in review and just what I've been thinking about this week, what I've been learning, what I've been doing, because when I listen to podcasts, which I listen to a lot, I really like to kind of hear an update from the host because I feel like it makes them more of a human and I can resonate more with them and understand them, and I think it's just more interesting to have that human perspective and where they're coming from when you're listening to a podcast. So with that said, I'm going to tell you about my week in review and what I want to share with you. So to start off, I started the 75 hard challenge on Friday, which if you haven't seen it yet, I made a whole YouTube video on that, kind of explaining what the 75 hard challenge is and what I'm planning on doing during the 75 hard challenge. But I thought I would just do a little recap and how it's going so far. Today is day 6, I think, and so far, I have been really loving this challenge. I love when I'm on top of everything and when I'm self-disciplined and when I'm checking the boxes and when I'm getting things done. And so I think that this has been a really good challenge for me so far because it's kind of, and this is what I said in the YouTube video as well, it's kind of just making sure that everything that I should be doing every day is getting done. And so, for example, the challenges are drinking a certain amount of water, working out 2 times a day, reading 10 pages a day. And those are things that I aim to do. I have a goal to do every day, but if I wasn't doing the challenge, I might skip it just because I wasn't feeling like it or I didn't want to. But having this challenge has been really good for my self-discipline. And I think at the end of the day, it all comes down to self-discipline versus motivation. And I know that as the weeks go on, it's just going to get harder because I'm not going to have the same motivation that I do right now at the beginning. So I'm really going to be relying on my self-discipline at those points, and I plan on making a podcast episode all about self-discipline and motivation and the differences between all of that soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. But yes, so far I've been really feeling good on the 75 hard challenge, and so far I've been enjoying it, and I'm excited to see the progress that continues to be made with this challenge. Next thing that I wanted to talk about that happened this week is on Saturday, I went rock climbing for the first time ever. My dad and my sisters have gone rock climbing before, but this was my first time. And I do have to be honest, I am not the best with heights. And even though you're not super high up when you're doing this rock climbing, because it's an indoor gym, it's still scary because you're still up on a wall with you have to rely on your own body to get you up and down, especially when you don't have the harness in. For the majority of it, I would say, is when we didn't have the harness, we were just doing like the free climbing, I think is what it's called. And I would have to say that I was very proud of myself for doing it because, again, I do have a little thing with heights. And it's crazy how in the moment when you get up there, you're just so determined to get up and then you have to figure out how to get down. And so I said this to my parents, I feel like rock climbing is a mental challenge just as much as it is a physical challenge. And so the reason I wanted to bring it up in this podcast episode is just to remind you that if you haven't tried a new form of fitness recently, then do it. It's so fun to try a new form of fitness and challenge yourself in a different way. And speaking of the 75 hard challenge, that was actually one of my workouts on Saturday. I think it was really fun to incorporate something new and challenging, and I don't know if I would do it again just because like it is scary, but it was fun. I don't know, maybe I'll have to be in a certain mood to do it again. At this moment I would say no, but I would recommend to try it at least once. On Sunday, we celebrated my youngest sister Sophie's birthday. She turned 14 on Tuesday, actually, but because it was the weekend and everybody was home, we decided to celebrate a little bit on Sunday, and so we ordered in Chinese food, which was her choice, and it was delicious. Actually, if you're looking for a good cuisine with a lot of plant-based options, I would say that Chinese food or Asian food is actually really good. We had like steamed white rice, they had stir-fried vegetables, the vegetable spring rolls. They even had a lot of tofu dishes as options, and so that was really good. I haven't had Chinese food from a restaurant in a really long time, so that was great. And then she opened up her presents, which I actually got Sophie for her birthday. She asked for this, was a Kindle, and I prefer, personally, physical books. But now that I've gotten her a Kindle, I'm not sure if I want to get a Kindle or if I want to stick with physical books, just because I love that it's the option of having it just on the Kindle and you don't have to go out and get it, and it's less paper and it's just easy to bring around with you. I'm not sure at this moment. I'll have to see how she likes hers, but maybe there'll be something I purchase in the future. I don't know. If you have a Kindle, please let me know what your thoughts are and if you prefer it over a physical book. And the last thing for the little week in review weekly recap is I wanted to mention more about my coastal grandmother style. And I know I've talked about this so much. I've mentioned it on YouTube, on the podcast, on TikTok, on Instagram, but I'm saying it again because I'm really loving it right now and I'm really obsessed. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because I have been doing quite a bit of shopping recently, but here is what I say to myself to kind of rationalize it. I have not purchased new clothing in years. Like, if I were to buy clothes, it would be from the secondhand store, which I still love thrifting. I still love buying secondhand, but because I was looking for specific things, I think it was just a little bit more convenient to go to actual stores and be able to try things on and find different sizes and stuff like that. I am excited though, now that I've gotten a lot of the pieces that I was looking for specifically. Now when we go to thrift stores or secondhand stores, I'm really excited to find more individual pieces or unique pieces that you're not able to find at actual stores, and I think that that's going to be really cool. But I wanted to mention some of the stores that I have been able to find a lot of good pieces and good things that I have been looking for. So I was looking a lot for basic items is really what I was searching for. With the coastal grandmother style, or with the style that I'm going for, it's a lot of just like basic tank tops that are either white or gray or cream, and then pants are like loose flowy cream pants or loose jeans or white jeans or shorts, but again sticking to like those base colors, and then a button-down shirt. So many button-down shirts. I have a white one, stripe, like blue and white stripe, just blue, those types of things. And so I was really looking for specific ones that fit really well. I wanted to make sure that they were still comfortable. I wanted to make sure that they were cute. So the stores that I was able to find those mainly at were Gap and Banana Republic. Gap had a lot of the good basic tank tops, like this one I'm wearing if you're watching on YouTube. I got this tank top in navy, white, gray, and I think a few other colors. And also Banana Republic had a lot of great button-down shirts, and also Gap did too. So I would say I found the majority of my things at either of those two stores. And then other places that I have been shopping recently are Winners, La Vie en Rose, H&M, and Lululemon. I'm thinking that because I have been spending a lot recently, I might do like a budget for August, and I'm giving myself grace here because again, I'm going into my 20s. I've decided to redo my style, so I know that it's going to be expensive. And again, I haven't purchased a lot of anything really over the past couple of years, and so that's why I'm giving myself grace. I'm like, it's okay, we'll get back on track. But in August, I'm planning on maybe doing like a budget or something like that, a low spend month. So let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in, because I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do it yet, but I feel like it's something I should probably do. Now that we finished the week in review, let's actually get into this episode talking about my monthly favorites and obsessions. Starting off, number one, with Lululemon shorts that I recently purchased. And again, just after talking about how I need to, go on a budget, but it's fine. So I purchased actually 2 pairs of running shorts because I like running in tight shorts, but I also do like running in looser shorts, and so I decided to invest in some actual shorts that were designed for running. And so I actually have the exact ones that I got. So first of all, I got the Tracker Low Rise lined shorts and the Hottie Hot High Rise lined shorts, both 4-inch. And they're so comfortable. I have been so pleased with them. They don't ride up, they don't fall down. They're so great, super comfy. They're nice and lightweight as well. Like, I don't feel that they're heavy when I'm running, and I've really been liking those. Plus, I think that they were on sale, so that's always great. The next thing that I have been obsessed with, I mentioned this in the last podcast, is my camera that I recently got for all of my content. And this is something that I would say I've been loving over the last month especially. So my camera is the Sony ZV-1F camera, which is designed specifically for content creators. And I have been loving it. I am so happy with the increase in quality for my YouTube videos, for my Instagram, for my workout videos, all of pretty much everything, pictures. I'm so happy with it. I am just really glad that I got it. Next thing that I've been loving, and again, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're gonna be able to see this. I have been loving gold jewelry for a long time. And again, this kind of goes with finding my style and things like that, but for a long time, I wasn't sure if I liked gold or silver or rose gold or no jewelry at all. And I decided, and this is probably because of the Coastal Grandmother style, and they really like, or is based around gold jewelry, but I decided that I'm gonna go with gold jewelry. That is gonna be my staple, and I've been loving it. I have gotten little hoop earrings that are gold. I got this necklace that I'm wearing currently from Winners, and I want to get some like really cute chunky gold rings, maybe some bracelets. I'm not sure. I don't wear jewelry a lot, but because I am starting to actually put effort into my outfits and my clothing, maybe I will. But so far, I've really been loving the gold jewelry. I love tiny little hoops. I feel like they're so cute and can elevate an outfit, especially because the Coastal Grandmother style is so like, it's just basic clothing. So I think it's nice to accessorize and make it a little bit fancier. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm just gonna take this off because I'm getting hot. Next, you already know I have to include a recipe, and this is something that I made yesterday morning actually, and it's been my favorite recipe I've made in a long time. So this week is our zucchini and peaches challenge for our online fitness coaching. If you didn't know, my mom and I are online fitness coaches, and as part of that, every single week I choose a fruit and a vegetable, and we try to incorporate that into our meals, and the reason being just to increase diversity in the fruit and vegetables that you're eating. And so this week, as I said before, is zucchini and peaches. And so yesterday I made some chocolate zucchini muffins for breakfast, and I don't even know how to explain, but they were like the best recipe that I've made in a long time. And a lot of my recipes are good, but these were, I don't even know, they were amazing. And so I'm actually going to be posting the recipe soon. I will put it in my story once I do post it, so you can make them. Once you see it, save that recipe, make it. They're so good and so easy, and they're plant-based and they're high protein. Like, they were incredible. You need to try them. Which that segues nicely actually into my next favorite, which is the Hu Kitchen chocolate. I'm not sure if it's Hu or if it's Who or if it's H-U, but you've probably seen it. It's one of those chocolate bars that are like marketed as a healthier chocolate bar, which it is. It's a vegan chocolate bar. And the reason that I actually got it is because I've talked about this before, but there's this app that I have that's called Kale, and they'll give you prompts and things for different brands. And when you post and use that product in your video, then they'll pay you for it. So I've the Hue Kitchen chocolate was one of the options on this kale app. And so that's the reason that I bought it. I was like, oh, if I buy this chocolate used in a recipe, then I'll get paid to eat chocolate. And so this was actually what I used in the muffins. And overall, I've been really liking this chocolate. I've tried the dark chocolate sea salt one so far, and I really like the texture. I like the saltiness on it. It is small and expensive, but if you get the kale app and make a video about it, then you'll get paid to eat the chocolate. So that's two favorites for you, the kale app and the Hue Kitchen chocolate. My next favorite is something that I actually got for my birthday. So when we got here to British Columbia, I didn't have really any beauty products, like things that I needed. The people who own this house, they usually will leave like a shampoo and conditioner, but I wanted to get my own, and then I wanted to get like a shaving cream and a body wash and all this stuff. Like I didn't bring all that with me from Hawaii to BC, so I had to get more. And so I asked specifically for Lush Cosmetics products for my birthday. And so my mom and dad actually took me to Lush, and they were like, all right, go ahead, you can choose what you want and we'll get it for you for your birthday. And so I got the shampoo, the conditioner, the body wash, shaving cream, and toothpaste tabs. And let me just tell you, I love Lush Cosmetics. All of their products, like not only their face masks and their bath bombs, like I feel when you think about Lush, the first thing you think about are the bath bombs or the face masks, which are amazing, but their other products are so nice too. I really love, they have this body wash called Posh Chocolate, and I have it right now, and it literally smells like brownie batter. And I don't know if that actually sounds good to anyone, but I personally love it. Like when I'm in the shower and I'm putting my body wash on, and I'm like, yeah, now I smell like brownies. I love that. It smells so good. I've also really been liking their shaving cream. I had never tried it before I got it recently, but I actually have really been liking it. And one of my favorite things about Lush too is that if you bring 5 full-sized empty containers back to them, then they'll give you a free face mask. And so that's what I'm planning on doing once I finish those 5 things, because who doesn't want free products? Plus, it's more eco-friendly and there's a lot of vegan options. And so I just have been loving Lush Cosmetics overall recently. The next thing that I'm going to mention is my meal plan journal. So while the podcast was on the hiatus, I created a meal plan journal that is now available on Amazon. And I really like it because I obviously plan my meals. I plan my recipes for the week so that I know what to create for content for you guys. And so I love it because I can put in each day what recipe I want to make, and then on the opposite page or the page next to it, it has a grocery list. So then I can write down all of the groceries and ingredients I need for each recipe, and I just find it really handy. I find it really helpful. And if you're somebody who also likes meal planning or meal prepping or having a grocery list, then I would recommend to check it out if you want to. You'll also be supporting me, which is amazing, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to link it down below. It's available on Amazon, and if you get it, please let me know because I would love to chat with you about it. 2 more favorites for this podcast episode. Next one is time blocking. This is something that I saw originally, I think about a year ago on TikTok, and it's pretty much where you plan your day based on like per hour, per 30 minutes, whatever it is. So for example, you could say like from 7:30 to 8:30 I'm doing this, and then from 8:30 to 9:30 I'm doing this, and from 9:30 to 10 I'm doing this, and just kind of planning your entire day that way. And so I haven't done it every single day over the past month, but on the days that I do, I feel like I get so much done and I know what I'm supposed to be doing in each moment, and I'm more productive, and I feel like I just wonder what to do next less. And it might sound confusing, but trust me, it's not. And especially if you have a busy schedule, or this would be really good if you're somebody who works like say 9 to 5 or longer than that or whatever it is, and you want to make sure that you're still doing your healthy habits. I think time blocking, and it's kind of like scheduling too, but time blocking and adding those things in will definitely make you more likely to do them, because you'll be like, oh, I see it on this list of time, I need to do it. And the last favorite for this video is my current water bottle that I'm using. It is called the Boulder Insulated Water Bottle. It's 24 ounces and it's by the brand Eco Vessel. So I was actually sent this, but I was not paid to promote it or anything. I'm just saying it because I really like it. The reasons that I like it is because it has a silicone little wrap thing around it at the bottom. And so then when I set it down on a like steel surface or a hard surface, it doesn't do that like cling sound that my Hydro Flask does. And also it has the little screw top, but also it has like a regular water bottle mouthpiece. So I really like that. There's just so many cool features to it. I like the size. It fits into a cup holder, which is so nice because my Hydro Flask doesn't. Not like I have anything against Hydro Flask. I love my Hydro Flask too, but I find that there are a lot of cool features on this Boulder water bottle that I have. And because I'm doing the 75 hard challenge and part of that challenge is drinking 5 of those a day, I have been using that a ton. And overall, just drinking water has been my favorite thing recently. I love drinking water, and so this is your sign to drink water if you have not recently. And to finish, a new segment of the podcast is going to be a mini Q&A session at the end of every episode. So my first question, and these are going to be rapid fire, is how are you liking the West Coast? So last time we were in BC, we were in a town, a city, an area called North Vancouver, and now we are closer to White Rock and South Surrey. So they are different areas, and I've really been liking it. I love how much nature there is here, and obviously in North Vancouver there was a lot of nature there as well, but for some reason it feels different to me. Like I feel that North Van was almost more woodsy, and here in White Rock and South Surrey it feels a little bit more like cottagey, and so I've really been liking that. The weather has been incredible. I have been feeling very inspired and like I have a lot of content ideas and on top of things, and I've really been enjoying my time here, and so I would say that it has been great. And then the next 3 questions for this mini Q&A are going to be nutrition related because this is the All About Health podcast. We got to bring in some health sometimes. So the first one is, what is your favorite plant-based burger? I really like the brand called The Very Good Butchers. Unfortunately, I think that they did go out of, out of service? They just ended their business is what I'll say. And so I don't know how much longer you're actually going to be able to find those in store, but I do really like those. So if you find them, then I would recommend to get them. Other than that, I like to make my own vegan burgers with seitan or beans or chickpeas or whatever it is. When you're buying a pre-made vegan burger, I always like to make sure that the protein content is really high. So usually if it's made out of Vital Wheat gluten, then that's a good sign that it'll be high in protein. The next question is, do you like powdered peanut butter, and which ones have you used? I do like powdered peanut butter. I think powdered peanut butter is great in yogurt bowls, in smoothies. Anytime you want to add like a peanut butter taste to something, it's super easy rather than actually having peanut butter because you're not going to get a spoon messy and all that stuff. So I do like powdered peanut butter. I've tried so many brands. I've tried PB2, PB&Me, PB Fit. The one that I'm currently using is Pasokin, and I really like it. And the last question for today is, do you take a post-workout supplement? And the answer to that is no. I don't really take any post-workout supplement like a liquid or a drink. I know that some people take branched chain amino acids after they work out, but I personally just prefer to eat enough protein and get my branched chain amino acids that way. Also, if I'm having Quattro Vegan, Magnum Nutraceuticals Quattro Vegan, which is a protein powder, that has a full serving of amino acids in it. So I don't feel like it's necessary to take a whole other supplement to get my amino acids if I'm already getting them. I just make sure to get good rest and drink enough water and eat enough protein and eat enough in general to support my training, and that is my post-workout routine. And with that, I'm going to end off this episode here. Thank you so much for listening or for watching. I hope that you learned something or found this entertaining. I would love to know your thoughts on any of the topics that I talked about today. And I would love to know, what are some things that you are currently obsessed with or are your favorites right now? Let's chat on Instagram. All my social medias are linked down below. Thank you again for watching. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I hope to see you in the next episode.